Oh,
So
now y'all just figured that out. I thought y'all was equal.
too. And then my question for you, Anton, is so what is the solution? You keep talking about the emphasis on
I
women
was gonna
closing.
ask the same question.
You're
I ain't
not
gonna
telling
lie,
them to
bro.
close them balls. So my
What do you
thing is,
mean? We all come on. We know that.
it take
He
more
We
than
said
a
know
man
that
make
it's
to
a
have a
small
baby.
amount of
Where's
men
the
that's
accountability?
populating the most of y'all. We know that Duke Dennis got a bunch of y'all pregnant. Future got a bunch of y'all pregnant. We know that all of these guys got all of the kids from y'all. It's not the Antons. It's not the us. Okay. So please miss us with the. You know what the solution is.
he said let them
Why
suffer.
y'all keep busting it open for a real one?
What? Why
Come
is
on,
everything
Jazz.
about why is everything
You know
about
they
sex?
busting it open for a real one.
Are they real?
Why is everything about sex? Like we
Because
know
that's how y'all
that
get.
there are
That's how
people.
you get
I
kids,
think
right?
he's being sarcastic.
I
No,
know,
no, no.
but
Ain't that how you get kids?
there are other people on food on welfare that don't have kids, Anton. So why
Yes,
are we
and those
making
are
it
the
about
people
the
that
ones that are
deserve
on
it.
that have
Those are
kids?
the disability people. Those are the
That's
veterans.
not
I don't have no
true.
problem with those people. Yes, it is. Veterans, people on disability, they are the ones that's on
Oh well,
social
yeah.
services the most.
But I mean, there are non-veterans who are single people without children that are also on welfare.
They got to get off.
Well,
They got to get off.
I mean that's your opinion, but I mean that's not. I mean, well,
What do you mean? It's
like you
my tax
said, like
dollar.
Jess said, what, like we all said earlier, right? Okay, we want to put restrictions and parameters around it. Great. What is the solution now? What's the solution? You can't have food stamps anymore. We're not about to fund you $200 a month or whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
We are removing that program completely.
Yep.
Here's what you can do, though. What do
Oh,
you
he
think
already
that?
proposed a solution. If you are on the program, you're temporarily on there,
Mm.
and you either have to do volunteer work, you got to be in school, or you got to be let me see, community service, being in school, or you got to be working, and you got to be transitioning into actually getting a career.
Wait, that was your solution. You said they
No,
said.
that is the requirement. Literally, that is the requirement as a part of the federal budget that's being passed. You have to do at least, I think it's 20 to 40 hours of community service, or you have to be in school, or you have to be transitioning into a career and you got to be working.
In order.
That is literally what is a part of the
Or you
part of
could
the budget.
volunteer in your community. But yes, that's true.
No, no, no,
That
no,
is
no. That
literally a
sounds
part of
great.
the
I'm
that's
just
a part of the program that he's proposed as a, so he's not just kicking everybody off. Trump is a
okay.
compassionate leader.
No, 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 no,
Yeah.
no. I was just trying to understand that part. You're saying that's the solution to taking the snap away, is what you're saying.
Correct.
Okay, that's not bad.
Well, in order for you to qualify to be on it, those are the
Right.
requirements. And then eventually they're trying to get people
Mhm.
to actually be able to provide for themselves.
I'm not mad at that. I'll be honest. I'm really not mad at those solutions because that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, give them educational opportunities, give them job opportunities, give them the opportunities to be self sufficient. So now this isn't even on their radar. I agree with that.
Do I think people should be upset with Trump? No, I think Trump is raising the bar. He's raising the standards, and people do not have the ability now to just lean on the crutches um, of support from the government. And I think that as you phase on and as time goes on, people will look back and appreciate that. I think too, I know people who have been on welfare their whole life, who have passed down Section 8, who the grandma lives in a Section 8 projects, the children do, their children do, 3 generations live in the same project complex, and their quality of life is so low. They have no they can't even see the horizon. They are content with the life that they're living because it's comfortable for them. Once you raise the bar, people will have more and they will have a better quality of life, because when you get self gratification by the things that you give yourself, when people are handing things to you, you don't value it as much as you would if you gained it and got it yourself.
But Deja, I want you to think about it this way because I'm curious, right? So it's almost cheaper and easier to stay. I can see why, to some extent, people stay on government assistance because let's just say I get a job at McDonald's. McDonald's is only paying $15 an hour. It's not keeping up with the cost of living. So my thing is, if I'm slaving, flipping burgers and dipping fries, and I'm spending 8 to 10 hours of my day and it's still not enough, I might as well sit my ass on my couch and get more money. I
Yeah.
mean,
Plan is not to
that
stay at
bad.
McDonald's though.
Yeah, here's a trickery, because the grandma, she gets a social security check. She pays $99 a month for her rent. The daughter, she has children. She don't work, because if she works, then she has to pay a percentage of her income to rent. So she doesn't work, so her rent is $0. So you're right. People do.
It's a trap.
Exactly. And this is why the bar
Part of
has
the
to be
system.
risen. This is why people have to, okay, so to your point about the McDonald's thing, I happen to believe that the McDonald's jobs are for a certain demographic of people, like younger adults, children, teenagers. But as you get older and as you get more skills and things, that you should be transitioning out of those particular jobs, I would say, so that you can sustain the life you want to live. There's other options and other jobs, but I think that people get so complacent and comfortable with these fast food and simple to do jobs that they don't apply themselves. That's why raising the bar and realizing that you don't have that cushion, that if I can't make it on this $15 salary, then I know I can get some food stamps. I know I can get some cash assistance or something. You don't have that option, you'll figure it out. If you got to work 2 jobs, if you got to, you know what I'm saying, you got to sell some plates on the side, if you got to do something.
I also want to speak to the point of the effectiveness of the big beautiful
Yeah, I
bill.
definitely agree that food stamps is a cushion.
Wait, hold on, Stephanie. I think Stephanie's on a delay. Stephanie, you can go after Tommy. Who's gonna delay?
No, I was saying this is all part of Trump's big beautiful bill, where he plans to cut 267 billion from SNAP. And his goal is that 8.6 million people will be off of welfare by 2034. And you could take that however you want to take it, but I mean, that is the plan and the goal.
Who's to say they're gonna continue his plan though?
Wait, hold on, Wax. Let Stephanie go. She's on a delay.
My bad.
Go ahead, Steph.
Yeah, I was gonna make a comment. I agree that food stamps is definitely a cushion. I was gonna say I'm a social worker, so I work with kids and teenagers, and I literally work with teenagers that say, you know, I want to apply for food stamps because my parents are on food stamps. And I'm like, why do you want to go on food stamps? This is a person that's about to go to college, they're in high school, and they're automatically thinking like, I need to be on food stamps. And it's like an automatic thing. Like, since my parents are on food stamps and it's so easy, I want to be on food stamps. And there's no reason for her to even think that, because she's on her way to college. She has more opportunities. And I just feel like it definitely is a cushion, and it should be something that's temporary and you're working towards, you know, improving yourself.
It's a generational curse. That's what it is.
I agree in that these restrictions.
Your service went out, Tommy. Tommy, your service went out. Go ahead, Wax.
He frozen.
You froze. You froze, Tommy.
Now, I was just asking him who was to say that they're going to continue Trump's plan anyway. I mean, this is his last term. I'm guessing who's to say that the next person is going to continue that on? Who's to say it's going to, you know, basically, it might not be what they turn out to be the next, whenever they say it was going to plan out the 2034, or something like that. It may not be that. It may be a whole different picture.
What does that have to do with now?
I'm saying, though, his plan, they're saying, is projected to end all the way. It's supposed to be in effect by that time. Who's to say that the next couple presidents aren't going to continue that plan or going to switch up?
What do you mean it's supposed to be in effect by that time? It's going into effect now.
The plan is supposed to be, no, not even into effect. It's supposed to be, we're supposed to be seeing results from it, I'm guessing is what he's trying to say. I'm just repeating what he said. He said something about...
Well, the things that we do today from a budget perspective is not necessarily for us, it's for the next generation. Listen, the things that we're investing in, whatever we doing, if you above the age of 30, you pretty much kind of got your what you gonna do in life. You've already kind of made your decision. Very rarely do people change and evolve into something else, and that has to be intentional. The thing that we're doing now is we're trying to change the culture for what the standards of Americans are going forward. So it's the next generation are the ones that's going to benefit or suffer from the decisions that we make today. And so when we make these decisions, we got to make it not with our own selfish intentions in heart, but how other people are going to benefit or suffer as a result of it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be affected by anything that goes into legislation at all. Not even a little bit. It don't matter who become president. I'm never gonna be affected at all. Not even a little bit.
I feel the
But
same way on that one.
the people that come after me, those are the people that we have to think about.
Respectfully. You said something about 2034, my guy. What was that? What was that stat you had reported?
I was saying that. Sorry about that. That the goal is that by 2034, 8.6 million people will be off of welfare.
That's kind of more so what I was saying. If that's the goal, who's to say we're gonna still be on this track by that time to continue to reach that goal? That's what I was kind of asking.
The benefit is lowering the deficit, lowering the amount of debt we have, reallocating the funds. So if the deficit is able to be reduced in a dramatic way, and this presidency, I think that the next president would stand to benefit to continue that on to get elected.
That's a speculation. It sounds like to me, but I definitely agree.
Everything we do
to
is
a certain
speculation.
extent.
If that's the case, then
Yeah,
the last president was based off of speculation.
respectfully, I give you that.
So I mean, the
I'm
reason
just
that
trying to
we
get
in this,
understand. I'm asking questions. I'm not assuming.
no,
I'm not speculating.
I'm
on
not going
myself.
off on you. The reason
Okay.
that we in this situation right now, I don't want to do a deep dive into that. All I'm saying is, I'm tired of the welfare queens.
No,
I
for
am.
sure.
It's old. It's tired. It is. I don't want to see nobody on food stamps. I don't want to see nobody suffering, and we've seen the results of that. Even the community itself, even though most social services is issued to white people, to be honest with you, but culturally, we worse off than we ever been. We was better off with no government assistance. That's crazy to think about. We're better off where we were better off prior to government assistance, prior to the black community tying themselves to the Democrat Party, prior to food stamps, prior to all of this. We were so much smarter. We were better off. We had more wealth. We were financially in a better space. And for whatever reason, the black community have been conditioned to think that this makes sense for them.
That's why I agree that restrictions are necessary to help, reduce dependency, and I don't know if that's common sense or not, but it is to me that that's something that needs to happen.
Most definitely.
So I don't get it. Like I said, it was a sense of pride that came with not being on food stamps. It's sad. And I like the fact that they're auditing so much because they're now discovering that a lot of the fraud is also coming from within. So the people that work within these government agencies been finessing and they've been stealing and they've been stealing tens of millions of dollars, if not hundreds of millions of dollars. And they're starting to discover, whereas, we had a lot of people on the Democrat Party that was saying, don't audit the federal government, whatever. Congress are the ones that control the purse strings and ain't never really audited. And so now we have a government agency that's discovering where y'all tax dollars is really going instead of it just being forever. And I think that it's a good thing. I hate that. I hate government assistance for the culture. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. And come on, man. We see what really happened. Y'all know y'all homegirls are selling their food stamps for 50 cents on the dollar, fam.
Mhm.
Come on, Jess. You know this. You know these chicks ain't just look. You know that they get money under the table. They do hair. They do nails. Once Biden said that he was gonna start tracking what was happening on Cash App and Venmo. Now they only taking cash. Y'all know what's happening, man. They don't want it. They want to keep getting their government benefits, so they acting like they ain't making no money. And then they get their food stamps. They get whatever it is that they want for themselves, and then they sell the rest of them on the street. Hey, y'all know that they loan that food stamp card out. They don't even if they not selling it, they loan it out. Paul, you need something? Here, take my EBT card. You get behind these chicks and you be like, you went there, you work your ass off. It's disrespectful to y'all as taxpayers. You grind, you hustle, you budget effectively. They don't have no budget. They just out here balling. They got steak, lobster. You get behind them, they got their baskets is over. Man, I seen a chick with 2 baskets. I said, damn. They had 2 baskets. They had all of the fixings. They had A1 sauce, lobster, shrimp. They had the good stuff. They had the select stuff. I was like, shit. Hell no. Come on, man. This ain't y'all playing games. Y'all acting like, oh no, she needed. They eating good. They eating good. Eat better than you. Come on, man. We gotta stop this shit.
Definitely. It was something they was able to get that they found out about. It was something like gas. I heard they could get gas in some of food stamps now. It was something that was going on. It may not have been gas in particular. It was something that's other than food that you can get, something that went crazy on, man. So it's a whole entire nation, like you say, but I mean, shit, they fell into it. What else can we do at this point? That's a good question that I would like to know. Other than talk their head off, at the end of the day, the women gonna do what they want to do. You know that, bitch. You say that all the time.
No, not this time. Not this time. They getting off. They getting kicked off. They getting removed. Everybody got to go. Everybody got to go. Move in. Go back
But
to
like
your
you
baby.
said, they gonna find a way, right? They still gonna find a way to get around it.
Oh no. They gonna find a way to survive. It just ain't gonna be on food stamps.
Hey, shout out to Elon though.
What y'all gonna say for?
You say Elon for what?
Yeah, shout out to Elon Musk for doing a terrific job in the White House.